All right, Debbie, you are on.
Okay, well, I just want to thank you guys for changing lives because, quite honestly, I did not check our total customers for February. I checked them about a week before the end of February, and I guess I didn't look again because I looked today, and Sherry, we had 350 new lives blessed in February, you guys. I don't know what's happened to my computer. I'm sorry, my camera's going in and out, but that is spectacular. Y'all all know February is a shorter month, and that is a fabulous number, and it is due to a lot of the goal getters. We had 4 new first-time qualifiers. I have those written down. I'm going to have to pull that up in a minute. I want to tell you that our team total for customers, I'm going to see if I can fix that camera, okay, is we have 3,250 total lives changing because of you guys. That's total team customers. That is a lot of lives blessed.
That's awesome.
Blessing more today. I just signed up a new customer, and I know that people aren't on this because they're signing up. But here's what I want to leave as my part tonight is that we have this is a crazy number for the first 4 days in a month. We have 37, we'll make that 38 new customers already. 38 in 4 days, and that's not including what might go in tonight. So thank you guys. You are sharing and you are blessing lives. So thank you.
That is awesome. Okay, so as you guys know, when we come back together at the beginning of every month, since we just meet on here monthly, we like to hear from some different people that have been participating in Goal Getter. So last month, Jill and Dixon and Megan shared because they saw tremendous growth and just a change in outlook and energy and excitement. So tonight we've asked Rachel, my other son's girlfriend is Reagan, Rachel and Ashley to share just really quick. Ashley, I'll have you go first. If you wouldn't mind sharing just briefly some of the things that you've noticed with momentum and accountability and all that good stuff.
So I joined the business last May, and prior to, I really just didn't sit down and take the time to do anything. But since January, I qualified my business for the first time ever in January, and I did that again in February. So that was huge for me because I know that's the big stepping stone between hitting from VF to SC. So seeing that and kind of getting a vision of what it looks like to really start growing your legs and doing what you need to do in the business has been exciting. So the energy is up. I was a little discouraged last month because I was like, I just quit. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And then, of course, we go and you hear the purple marble momentum at boot camp, and you're like, well, crap. This is happening. So I've stuck with it, and I'm excited, and I'm ready to grow. So Sherry, thank you for putting this together and keeping us all accountable. And I've enjoyed getting to meet people. Like I see Stephanie and Jill and people who are within our group it's exciting to get to see your faces on here. So that's my experience. I'm excited to keep growing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Ashley, was it the part about how you know you have momentum is one of the things you want to do is quit?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There are things our brain will tell us. Just quit. It's so much easier if you just quit. Yeah. That means you have momentum. That means you need to keep going. Yeah. I think we've all probably been there once or twice or a dozen times. So I'm glad you stuck with it because you are doing great things. And you're teaching our Goal Getters group. Like the pod that we have, Ashley is somebody that's in there all the time giving feedback and suggestions and asking questions. And that is so key to this because it's constantly a give and take. You always have to be learning and you always have to be teaching. So it's really good. It's been great. So Rachel, you're next.
Okay. Yeah, so I have absolutely loved doing this because I'm the type of person where I need a kick in the butt every now and then. And just there's been tons of days where I'm like, okay, like I'm feeling productive. I want to do something, but I don't really know where to pour that energy into. So it's good to get on the Facebook page and see a reminder that's like, hey, do customer care today, or do a DMO, or just kind of to have like an assignment to do. That's how my brain works. So that's been really helpful. And then just as far as like numbers have gone, it's been the past 2 months, I've had my 2 highest paychecks, 2 highest month of new customers, and then the highest Payline PVC. And like going into this, I just kind of got with Sherry and I was like, what are some good goals for me? And I just kind of picked one. She's like, this one would be a good one to go after. And I wasn't really watching the numbers. I was just kind of like, all right, let's go. Like, let's just start grinding and pouring a lot of energy into it. And then I looked back at the numbers. I actually looked tonight. I was like, oh, wow, this has been good. So that's been super exciting. And it's good to just talk to people that are trying to reach the same goals that you are, and kind of share like triumphs and also obstacles and stuff like that, and just know that you're not alone, and there's just this camaraderie about it. So it makes it super fun that we're all kind of chasing one goal, but it's all of our goals combined. So yeah, it's been awesome.
That is so true. And she does actually need a kick in the butt every once in a while. I'm happy to do that for her. For those of you who don't know, Rachel is marrying my son in November. So when we set goals, like we literally looked at her future, knowing that she's going to want to be traveling to see Colin while he's playing baseball. And it's like, I think you could be making X amount by the time you get married. And she's like, I can do that. You can do that. And now she's excited because she sees it can happen. So I think we can probably even go higher, but still, it's a good place to start. Does anybody, before we go on to the next thing, have anything else that they would like to add? Just something that's happened, a win, a wow, anything that you want to share? If you do, just unmute yourself.
I think one other thing for myself is I'm very competitive. So like when I see other people doing really good things, I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. And I might be able to, like, if I can't beat them, then I can just be right where they're at. So it's been fun to kind of have that, like, competition. Like, if they can do it, I can do it, and we'll be okay. So,
right. Yes, competition without comparison is healthy. That's a good thing to strive for. So, but everybody's been doing a fantastic job. I know I can speak for the numbers that I see, and it's just been incredible. And the energy and the excitement is great. And I can't believe we are on the 3rd month. Like, this is the home stretch. You build up all that momentum in the beginning. Sometimes in the middle of it, you can kind of pitter out a little bit. But now this is when the fun comes in. So if you've ever ran a marathon and you know what it's like when you see the finish line, you're like, all right, now it's time to get busy. Now it's time to forget the fact that I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I can't feel my knees and my hips ache and all those things that happen when you run a half marathon. Sorry, my internet is currently unstable. I guess I just probably froze. Crap. But it's time to sprint to the end. If anybody can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I think I have frozen.
We have some incredible mentors, and y'all are becoming those mentors. That's what's really, really cool, is that you are mentoring. You may not even realize it, but you're inspiring someone tonight, and just by participating in the Goal Getters. But if you just push through, the NMDs are the ones that kept going and saying, okay, today's a hard day, but I know a better day is coming. And if you can stand looking at me as I go in and out, you can handle this business. But, I had some really hard days, but I had a bigger vision of changing lives. So some frustrating days, some days when people I just knew would say yes, that they said, no, thanks, I don't even want to hear about Juice Plus. But a lot of those have come around and have said, you're still doing this. Maybe I need to hear about it now. Yes. And so, I don't know if y'all know this song by Body by Jake. Okay, I've been doing fitness for long as the hills. but he's got a song called Don't Quit. And I think of that a lot is just don't quit. Just keep going. And I love the things that y'all said about, you know, you have a self-competitive nature, Ashley, that you set the goal for yourself. And it's not comparison. I love that Sherry said that. It's inner competitive. When I set my goals, they were an inner competition, something I wanted to hit. And it was for my family, but I'm also inner competitive. So I would hit those goals. And then Rachel, I just absolutely love that you pointed out that some days that you have the energy, but you don't know what to focus on. And that is one beautiful thing Goal Getters has gifted us. Sherry's done a fantastic job, but it's also something that we can all reach up to our mentors. When Goal Getters, we're going to probably do a little bit different focus in the summer and then pick it back up before Austin is what we're thinking, before Texas. But so reach out to your mentors and say, what should I focus on this week? You know, do I need to focus on? And, you know, I really am thinking about March. I really think we could make this one of our biggest months in the history of our bigger team. I've been doing this for 15 years. And what I'm seeing with you guys, you have what it takes. Learning, you're willing to learn, you're willing to do the activity. And I will say that doing the activity, taking a 1 hour total disconnect, you know, or taking a 1 day a week total disconnect from Juice Plus is as important as the 6 days you stay in activity. And as you grow in leadership, you're going to realize how helpful that is, because you come back super energized. So kind of, I'm telling you a little secret of leadership that you're going to hit on and need it later, that it's okay to totally disconnect for a couple hours one day or a whole day a week, because you will come back super energized and be ready. And we're making a difference. The research I'm studying right now, Sherry's still not back, right?
Yeah, I am.
I don't want to.
Oh, you're. Yeah, I've been back. I heard all of that.
I was just filling time.
Yeah, my internet died, so I just opened up my hotspot on my phone and
Let's
got us
go.
Yep, I'm back on here. Okay.
Thank you.
So one of the things that Debbie mentioned to me this morning when we were talking about the content for tonight was that she looked at those number of orders that we already had for the month and said, Sherry, I don't feel like we're offering the business enough. So just by a show of hands, how many of you offer the business every time you talk to somebody about the product? Show of hands.
Well, I'm going to say 99% of the time.
Okay, 99% of the time.
Yes.
Okay. I know some of you are, because we've talked about it. I know Mary Elizabeth is doing it because I know I hear her doing it. Okay, so that's what we're going to kind of talk about really quick. So some of you were able to hear Kurt Beavers when he was in Nashville or Murfreesboro at the beginning of January. And then he did the training, was that last week, I guess, when Kurt did the big call with Carrie Daigle. And it was very similar training. But basically what Kurt talked to us about is every time that we are speaking, like Debbie said, I'm going to say every time, but that's a generalized thing, that we should be offering the business. So there's 5 options when we are speaking to someone. And when I say we, I'm talking about getting that third person in there to help you with that. Third party validation is so important. And we have really been pushing that a lot. And I can tell you right now, where I'm seeing the most amount of growth within our organization is when we're taking advantage of that third party person, or that third party validation. But he says about offering 5 things. The first thing that you offer to someone is just to become a customer. Hey, one of your options, I've got 20% of my battery left, is to become a customer. And if that's what you want to do, that's fantastic. I'm going to take great care of you. The second option is what we would call a family plan user. So that's somebody who, let's say they have mom and dad and 2 kids, they're going to order 2 trios. So that's enough of a reason to pay the $50 and just buy from themselves, but they're not sharing it with anyone. The third option is they pay the $50, get their own franchise identification number, and we help them with the healthy living plan, where we're going to lock arms with them, help 2 other families get healthy, get them the $100 bonus, and we're good. The third option is if they would like to earn a few $100s a month, and we can go into that. And then, of course, fourth option. The fifth option is when they go for the full onboard benefits package, making a full-time income on part-time hours. I know that was really fast, but I'm doing that because in a few minutes, my phone is going to die, which means my internet is going to die. So Mary and Ashley and Jill, they're all in my group. They offered to do a little bit of role playing with me tonight. So we're going to try to get a couple of these in like 5 minutes or less. And then we're going to do our drawings because we have winners. We have lots of winners tonight. I think like you guys are going to be excited at how much money we're giving away tonight to finish off the month of February. And there's even more money to give away in March. So let me pull up my notes here really quick. So Ashley, do you want to do the first scenario? You're muted, sweetie.
Yes.
Okay. So Ashley's going to be a prospect and I'm going to be a rep. Now keep in mind, I'd want a third person in here, but because it's just easy tonight, we're just going to do it with 2 people. So go ahead, Ashley.
So I really like it, but we are trying to pay down some debt. So I really like the product, but we're really just trying to pay down some debt.
Okay. So if I'm hearing you right, this is something, if you lived in a perfect scenario world and finances were not an issue, you would be on board 100%. This is what your family needs?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, can I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
Okay. So you're trying to work down some debt. And I don't need to know what the debt's from or anything like that, but what would help you? Would like $200-$300 a month make a difference, or are you needing to maybe even more than that?
I think $200-$300 right now could really help us. If we could just double up on our car payment a month, that could really knock some stuff down.
Okay. So right here is when I would offer normally to get somebody else to come in on a conversation, but time's sake. Okay, Ashley, I don't know. This may or may not be for you, but I think I could have an actual solution for you. Would you be interested, or would you be open to hearing about how you can actually use this mission to help people get healthy, to actually make that extra $300 or $400 a month to help you pay off that debt even sooner?
Yeah, I think I would be open to having a conversation about that.
So the whole point of that scenario was that she had an objection. It wasn't that she didn't like the product. The objection was like a lot of people, they're stuck in a financial situation where they just can't put money out towards something that's not reducing their debt. So not only am I going to help her with the health aspect of it, I'm going to give her an option. She can say no. You may or may not be interested, or this may or may not be for you, but are you open to hearing how we can turn this into extra income? So you have to be aware, instead of going, oh, she said she can't afford it. Who's next on my list? No, we're going to offer them the business. Okay. Mary, did you look at these scenarios? Which one do you want to do?
What I can do.
Just go ahead and pick one and read one.
Okay. I really want this, and quite frankly, my family needs this, but we have so many medical bills and my kids play every single sport possible. I just don't think I can do this right now.
Okay. So did anybody hear the opportunity with what she just said? Anybody hear it? Thumbs up if you heard the opportunity there. Okay. So they have medical bills, y'all. What can we help her with? Her health, her family's health. So we have the option there. And then the fact that her kids are playing sports. And if you have kids that play sports, you know how expensive it is. But you also know that you want to keep those kids on the field longer. So then I would just do the same thing. And I would relate to her first. I totally understand how that feels to have a lot of kids playing sports. Been there, done that. And I cannot believe how much money my family spent on developing their sports dreams or all their athletic dreams when they were younger. Can you relate? I mean, is that how you're feeling too? I can totally get that. So what I was wondering, Mary, would you be open to having a conversation with me and my friend? I was in the exact same situation that you're in, and not to mention the fact that what we have could actually help you reduce your doctor visits And then, of course, we want to keep those kids healthy and on the field as long as possible. So maybe we could show you a way to earn a few extra $100 a month, or even more for that matter. And then you'll be able to pay off some of those doctor bills and keep your kids healthy.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I didn't say it's $50 and you're going to do this and we're going to talk to all these people and asking her questions. I can relate to how you're feeling, and we just go from there. Okay, last one, because we're going to give some money away. Jill, go ahead and pick one of those. Oop, I lost.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure I was unmuted.
Hey, go ahead and do the last one, number 4.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Where do I sign up? I'm excited.
When you have someone's like, I want this. Where do I sign up? It's like, okay, great. How about we do a trio or a quad? And we just think about, let's get the order placed, because they said yes. I'm going to ask her a question. So what is it about Juice Plus that got you so excited?
Just the thought of being able to get all those fruits and vegetables in my body. I love this. This is what I've been looking for.
So you like nutrition. You totally get the importance of nutrition. So wouldn't you agree, like everybody that you know could actually benefit from this?
Yes, I do. Really.
So in all those videos that you were watching, and then you came and listened to that doctor speak, did you think of anybody else that you would want to have hear more about this amazing product?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots.
Okay, Jill, you're doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. You're just thinking of people that you care about and you just want them to get this great information. Would you be open to a conversation and we could just sit down, and maybe this would be a great mission for you as well. We're always looking for people who are like-minded and really believe that nutrition is so important.
I think so. I'm a little leery about, I don't feel like I'm a salesperson, so I just don't know that I'm interested in. But I mean, I'm willing to listen to what the business is about.
Perfect. That's all we ask, is just that you sit down and with an open mind and just hear about the information. You can make your decision afterwards, whether it's a yes or a no. That's entirely up to you. But I think it's worth that discussion.
Okay.
Okay. And that's where we go. And Jill, like, they all ad-libbed a lot, y'all. I just had the scenarios and they came up with all that filler in there. I'm like, ah! So anyways, okay, because I have 17% left on my battery. Thank you, ladies, for all of your role playing on that. Totally appreciate it. Okay, so we have 3 ways to win. I got to look at my notes. The first thing that we did is I went through, I got to find my dollar amount. Let me pull up my spreadsheet. We went through and I did a point system for the order. So y'all, just to remind you, when I put these out there, there's always a deadline, because I can't go obviously till the very last minute. So these are 2 $25 winners, and that is based on a point system. This does not count the HLPs. This is strictly on products. So the drum roll is going in your imagination. Jill wins $25 for having the most points for the month of February. She's like, yay! And Mary Taylor, you also win for having the second highest. So you both are getting the exact same dollar amount. Did I just say $25? I think I just said. Yes, $25 to Jill and Mary. Okay, yay, good job. Okay, the next thing, I gotta look at my piles. The pile of names on my left that are all folded up, I can't see any names. This pile over here, these are the people who had HLPs. If you had at least one HLP direct to you, your name goes into a drawing for 2 prizes, and each of these people will win $25 also. So I'm just grabbing because I can't see names, and they're all, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Winner number 1, that was a blank sheet of paper, is Janet Welp. I don't know if you can see that, but there's Janet's name. And the second one, she's not on here, is Angela Dedman. So they both had HLPs. I got to put this to the side so I don't lose it. The other prize, I'm going as fast as I can so I don't lose this. And these last 2 are for $20 a piece. The HLPs were $25. If you commented on that post, even if you had a single shake order, it didn't matter. Every person who commented that they had at least one order got their name in. It wasn't any different numbers, 1 per person who entered. There's all my names folded up. I can't see any names, so I'm just going to look and grab 2 so I don't make a mess. Okay, 2 of them. Okay, she already won tonight. She's not getting another one. That's fair. Megan Miller. And, hold on here. Did that really? She won twice. Can't give her that one either. That's crazy. Sharon Hooten won the other one. Sorry, I had to be fair. I couldn't let somebody win 2 or 3 times. That just would not have been right. So that's what we have going on tonight. So it's 8:31. I promised she would be off of here at 8:30, so I lied. I held you over 1 minute after class. But just keep going strong. Like, it's so much fun. We are on the home stretch. Like I said, you see the finish line at the end of the marathon. Now it's time to sprint. Get back with your leader, get with your upline, whoever it happens to be. Reevaluate where you are in your goal. Set it out, write it out. Like, if you are looking for that one more VF because you're trying to express track, let's write down the names of the people that you are in contact with. You cannot be talking to one person, expect that one person to sign up and get their fast track to VF in 30 days. We need to be talking to 3, 4, 5 people, whatever it happens to be. If you are trying to get your very first promotion, I know we've got Brian on here who's brand new and he just joined in trying to fast track to VF this month. Get with Angela and Megan. They're going to develop a game plan with you and we'll make it happen. And that goes for everyone. Reevaluate where you are. Get with somebody who's got a little bit more experience and just a fresh set of eyes. You may be perfectly capable of doing all the numbers and figuring it all out and sorting it out and all of that great stuff. But just get with somebody with a fresh set of eyes that says, okay, here's where I am. I feel stuck. Where do I start? Because we are here to do this together. And we have, today is the 4th. We have, 27 days, 28 with qualifiers day to rock this out. So be watching the Facebook page. I have all of my posts lined up for the entire month, all very strategic. We have a lot of events coming up to be inviting to. A lot of money to be giving away. I think we have almost $500 now to give away in March. Yeah. And keep this in mind. If you've met your goal, you have the opportunity to win even more money than just the normal drawings and all that sort of stuff. So keep it going, guys. I'm excited for y'all. And it's been wonderful to be able to work with everybody.